is one of the characteristics of life is the growth and development. All living things have the ability to grow and change like seeds growing whole new plants, while animals develop to reach full adulthood and be sexually mature for reproduction. Growth refers to the ability of organisms to increase in size, weight, height, while development refers to the differentiation of cells to form highly specialized structures in the body. So, organisms grow by increasing their size, height, or weight. On the other hand, the development is evident in the formation of organs like the development of the mammary glands during puberty and infants. So, as you can see in the picture, the plants is the example of growth. It sees that they have the ability, the first one, the ability to grow, and in stage 5, they gradually change their size. Just like the examples here, it says that growth refers to the ability of organism to increase its size, weight, and height. So they can change if they can change their features, just like their height, their size, and their weight. Kung ano ilakabukaton, ilakatason, ilakatabukaton. The same goes to humans. Just like in the picture, from a toddler, child, teenager, an adult, a mom, and a grandmother. Now, let us proceed to the theory of spontaneous generation. So, the theory of spontaneous generation described that life came from lifeless or non-living material through a mysterious process. The idea of abiogenesis or the formation of life from non-living materials had popularized this theory. Abiogenesis is the process by which life emerged naturally from inanimate or non-living materials. This theory was assumed to have originated from Anaximander, a Greek philosopher in the 6th century BCE. Other philosophers, including Aristotle, adapting and expanding Anaximander's idea. Moreover, Aristotle explained in his writing The History of Animals, written in 350 BCE, that some organisms appeared from inanimate objects spontaneously. For instance, when they peeled mice appeared. When garbage was left for some time, maggots appeared. From this coincidence, he assumed that clutter gave rise to vermin through spontaneous generation, a process that transmuted lifeless objects to living organisms and supernatural means. So, the theory of spontaneous generation, it states that a life came from a lifeless or non-living materials, or naghalin sila sa mga wala kabuhi na mga bagay. So, the idea of abiogenesis is the formation of life from non-living materials that popularize this theory. So, ang originates is a Greek philosopher named Anaximander in the 6th century BCE. Other philosophers, including Aristotle, adapted and expanded Anaximander's idea. So, si Anaximander ang nag-originate sa theory or na idea. Then, isuportahan siya ni Aristotle and he explained ni Aristotle sa inyong writing ang history of animals and written in 350 BCE. Organisms appeared from inanimate objects spontaneously. For instance, when mice appeared. For example, if garbage was left for some time, may maggots nagabot. From this coincidence, nag-assume sila ang clutter gave to vermin cause spontaneous generation, a process that transmuted lifeless objects to a process of organism of supernatural means. So, kapati sila from a non-living materials na nagkakaabot ang mga or nagkakreate ang maggots and mice. So, let us proceed. To another example of theory of spontaneous generation. In order to disprove the maggots came from a rotting meat and experience are shown in figure 3. A rotting meat was placed in a variety of open containers with cloth over to allow the entry of air. Uppermost left, sealed container, uppermost right, open container with a cloth over or lowermost left, and partially covered jars or lowermost right. He insisted that maggots will not form or appear in the totally and partially sealed containers. However, the result of this experiment did not convince the scientific community at that time. As what you can see in the picture is an example of Adrian's concept of spontaneous generation theory. Ang nag-experiment sa name is Francisco Redi in 1668, in the year 1668. Siya ang experiment, nag-challenge sa idea nga gigamit niya ang concept ng maggots came from a rotten meat. Ang maggots, halina siya sa lain na palang carne or pork. It was placed in a variety of open containers. So, maybe, kung kita na siya ang example, may open containers, may tightly sealed jar, may jar covered with cloth sa baba. So, on what you can see, if open ang jar, nasulod ang mga flies or insects, and sa ikadua, ito sila kasulod kay nakasirado ang jar. It is tightly sealed jar, bubot ang sirado. And sa figure 3, it is shown na may ara siya sa cover ng cloth, which means na hindi makasulod ang lamb or ang insects. Pero ang sa figure 2, you can see nga ang meat sa sulod, kapaan siya niya po nakalain. Meron siya niya po magod sa sulod. Pero it's stated here na ina-experiment, wala siya na-convince sa mga scientific community. So, next, let us proceed to the experiment in the year 1748. Let us proceed to the experiment in the year 1748. He conducted an experiment on boiled rocks to support spontaneous generation theory. He believed that boiling kills microorganisms in the rock. He conducted an experiment with boiled rocks and sealed it afterward. He hypothesized that the rock would become cloudy and form microorganisms. Thus, supporting the belief in spontaneous generation, this experiment was criticized by a lot of people, including Lazarus Spallanzani. In 1768, Lazarus Spallanzani made some modifications to the House experiment by excluding the possibility of contamination factor prior to concealing the bottle after boiling. He boiled the broth in a partially sealed jar with air partially evaporated to avoid explosions while boiling. He did not observe any growth, although the issue of the role of air release in question to disprove spontaneous generation theory. So, as what you can see at the example at the screen, Needham's experiment, and after several days, Needham observed that the broth turned cloudy and full of microorganisms. So, it means na in his expectation, he believed that the boiled broth that has sealed afterward, he said that the broth would become cloudy in form of microorganism. Sakto gali. Sakto niya ang hambal na sa observation, the broth turned cloudy and full of microorganism. He then concluded that life in the broth was caused by spontaneous generation. And actually, he did not treat it enough to kill all the microbes in the broth. So, what you can see at the screen is an example of Needham's experiment in the year 1748. So, let us proceed to the proponents of the spontaneous generation theory. So, the proponents of the spontaneous generation mean, Francisco will die 1626 to 1697. Also, Lazaro Spallanzani 1729 to 1799. These two proponents are the proponents of the spontaneous generation theory. In 1859, a French scientist, Louis Pasteur, made an experiment to totally disprove the spontaneous generation theory. In his experiment, Pasteur boiled meat broth and ghost-like fat having a long-term neck. He explained that the bend in the neck prevented particles from reaching the meat broth and still allowed free air to flow. In his observation, the flask remained clear. There was no blood formation observed for an extended period. This experiment of Pasteur convinced a lot of scientists during this time and led to the exclusion of spontaneous generation theory as a valid idea to explain the origin of life. So, as what you can see on the screen, these two are the proponents of the spontaneous generation theory. These two are Francisco who died in the year 1626 to 1697 and Lazaro Spallanzani in the year 1729 to 1799. Okay. So, this is another proponent of the spontaneous generation theory is Louis Pasteur in the year 1822 to 1895. Siya niya nag-experiment sa nutrient broth that is heated and a long period of time, one year passes, nutrient broth is free from microorganism, curd nut is removed, nutrient broth is teeming with microorganisms. Wait. Ano? Amo to ang experiment ni Pasteur. He boiled a meat broth in a ghost-like flask having a long curved neck. It-explain niya nag-bend ang neck to prevent particles from reaching the meat broth and still allow free air to flow. Sa iyong observation, ang flask ay remain sa siyang clear o klaro. Kabula sa isang cloud or moist nga nag-formate ng formation. In-observe niya nga in a short, in a long period of time, in-observe siya nga, this experiment of Pasteur nakakonvince ng dami ng scientists during this time and led to the exclusion of spontaneous generation theory. This idea explained the origin of life. So, sa experiment ni Louis Pasteur, damo sa nakakonvince ng mga scientific persons na Louis Pasteur explained the true origin of life. So that would be my presentation for our subject, Earth, Life, and Science. Thank you.